Breaking news on growth at OpenAI. Kate Rooney joins us now with some new reporting. Hey, Kate.
Hey there, Joe. Good morning. Yeah, so we did get some new growth numbers from OpenAI's chief operating officer, the company telling us it saw 400 million weekly active users in February. That was up about 33% from 300 million in early December. These numbers have not been previously reported. Brad Lightcap, who is the COO over there, telling me it was a natural progression of the technology as it becomes more useful and familiar to a broader group of people. It says people hear about it through word of mouth. They see the utility of it. They see their friends using it. And that, he says, is driving growth. He also tells me that dynamic is spilling into the enterprise business. OpenAI now has 2 million paying users. That's roughly double what it was back in September. Also told me there is a tailwind from the consumer adoption where people are already familiar with it. They have familiarity with the product. And he says that growth curve on the enterprise side is slower, but they do have partners, companies like Uber, Morgan Stanley, and Moderna. Those are some of OpenAI's biggest enterprise customers at this point. The growth did come in the middle of a shakeup from DeepSeek, remember that, which roiled tech markets last month as investors worried about what that meant for future profitability of a lot of these AI companies, including OpenAI. Lightcap told me that has not changed their roadmap or any sort of spending plans. This has also been a tense time for OpenAI, with co-founder Elon Musk suing the company and then making that $97 billion takeover bid. Lightcap did tell me the numbers, quote, tell the story. We try to be transparent about where we stand on all of this. He says Musk is a competitor. It's an unorthodox way of competing, guys. Back to you.
Hey, Kate, have you seen, by the way, this interview that's been going around? It was a podcast that Satya Nadella did in terms of just what the relationship long-term between Microsoft and OpenAI is. It's raising all sorts of new questions about just how long-term you think this really is. Do you have a thought?
There are a ton of questions. I would say that comes up constantly out here, Andrew. You hear that they were early partners. Microsoft has poured billions into this startup. But the consensus out here, I think, is that relationship eventually is going to have to split. They're going to have to go in different ways. They've both been extremely diplomatic and would say otherwise and say, it's a fruitful partnership on both sides. But in the end, as OpenAI grows, they're going to have competing interests in a way where they compete more with Microsoft versus being able to be a helpful partner. So you're seeing that fray a little bit and some evidence of that. Interviews, you're starting to kind of see the writing on the wall. I think that is the expectation, at least in Silicon Valley.